The Indian automobile market is dotted with a number of traditions. There is the mandatory swastika on the bonnet, the Nimbu Mirchi hanging from the front bumper, and of course, the divinity idol that blesses every dashboard. But these are all traditions followed by owners and drivers. There is one particular tradition that auto manufacturers have followed in the Indian market. Before we talk about that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified of all new videos. Auto manufacturers in India have followed a peculiar sales strategy that is selling past and present generations of the same model simultaneously. We have seen this happen for years. Hyundai did it with the i10. When the first generation i10 launched, it was a global replacement for the ever-popular Santro. But in India, the Santro sold alongside the i10 for quite some time before finally being phased out in 2014. When Skoda introduced the second generation Octavia in India, the first generation model was not discontinued. Instead, the new model was given the name Laura for the Indian market, while the rest of the world knew it as the Octavia. The Laura was positioned as a higher segment offering and sold alongside the first generation Octavia, until the latter was discontinued in 2010. Ford has been a follower of the practice as well. After the launch of the new Fiesta, the older model was retained with the name Classic. Both models were sold and then discontinued together in 2016. What is the reason manufacturers do this? Well, India is a complex and difficult market when it comes to cars. Models which are great sellers globally sometimes end up becoming flops in India. It is tricky for manufacturers to hit the sweet spot and launch a successful model here. And when they do manage to pull it off, and the time comes to replace it with a newer generation, manufacturers are hesitant to pull the plug on a popular model. Who knows if the new model will continue to be as successful as the previous one? This tradition had disappeared for the past few years, but it seems to be making a comeback. When Hyundai launched the Grand i10 Neos, it did not discontinue the older Grand i10, but let it soldier on through the BS6 deadline. Maruti Suzuki continues to sell the second and third generation Dzire, although the former is limited to the commercial market under the Dzire Tourbadge. And now, the latest follower of this trend is Honda. Or, it will be. The company has announced that the current generation City will not be discontinued after the new model is launched in the coming months. Instead, it will be repositioned as a lower-priced version, although it will still come loaded with features. What do you think of this tradition? Do you think it makes sense for manufacturers to continue selling the older generation of a car when its newer model has already launched? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.